1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. It's David Arnett picking it off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Vikings, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely.
Oh, Prescott stripped. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there. And now 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Brings up 2nd and a yard. And they'll run on the inside handoff. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him, and once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. Touchdown, Falcons! Tyreek Hill. His second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Hopkins with the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Here's Fuller with a catch. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Will Fuller, 83 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again. And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Foyesade Oluwakin picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him. Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense. Absolutely. He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse. And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. They've got his man complete. And all the way up to the 49. A big play there for Minnesota. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. Coming up on 2nd and 7. They go play action now. Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Oh, able to avoid him. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
That is definitely what we call a defense and uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. They go play action with Jackson. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Will Fuller with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade and Norwood, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. 65 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Jackson looking to throw on third. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. Last week, several good performances in the NFC, but he was the conference's offensive player of the week, well over 100 yards.
And just the ability to make catches. You know, that gets underplayed sometimes because we're always looking for the move or the big run. But catch the football consistently, that racks up the yardage.
A great play there. 27 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Koo for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. About set Falcons offense at the line. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll give to Elliott running left. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now Prescott. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Prescott now. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The Falcons on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Prescott. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. Shreds the tackle. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't he? You've got to try and stay with it, and even when we do, we often can get it wrong because our eyes naturally go to him because he creates big plays. But if you're a runner and you're playing with Lamar Jackson, aren't you happy? He creates so much concentration on him, it should open up things for you.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. To throw is Jackson. And he's got it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings are able to add on to their first half lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll give to Elliott. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, Prescott. Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Prescott. Finding some room at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Prescott off play action. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Prescott to throw it. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
26 yards. First down, Falcons. Come on, baby.
They'll run on first down. Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. A handoff left, Elliott. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Carry now for Elliott. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Okay, CD, second quarter, look at their deficit and where they're at on the field. They're going for this, right?
I think that they are, because down at this point, they've just made that big move. Ride the momentum wave while you can. I know people think, hey, you've got to get some points here. Hey.
And he's got it. Touchdown. Oh, but there is a marker on the field. So now the question, who is this on? And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Well, here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Falcons will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the catch made, it's Patton. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Prescott on first down. Flushed out right. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing. Prescott. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. Buying time to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott. Incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Play action. Now Jackson. Steps away to his left. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off two huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Play action. It's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception.
And now Prescott is going to be taken down. He couldn't get away, and that's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Jackson. Dancing to his left. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. 2nd half with the lead. This is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A big play there for Minnesota.
That's where having a mobile quarterback really pays dividends, because that old school stand in the pocket, make your throw guy, he doesn't make that play.
In addition to the mobility, how about his eyes? Just kept them downfield, locked on the target, created a big play out of it.
Didn't matter the chaos around him. He still found his guy.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, number one on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down now. It's Elliott.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
4 yards. First down, Falcons.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Vikings are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A big play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Falcons on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Caught outright by Patton. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On 1st down, it's Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best run.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
There's a beautiful throw there. He's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Oh, he gets loose right side. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
It's starting to fall into the category of not fair. Because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 112 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And they'll run again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action now, Prescott. And going deep for Hill. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Elliott. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They'll try again with Elliott. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. To throw is Prescott. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Elliott. Touchdown! Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Hopkins with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you.
Way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes, and boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. He's letting this one go for Fuller, and that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big connection on that one, 34 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Koo now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Now this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From the 27, Prescott. And that goodness, another interception. Marcus May with a pick, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Foyesade American. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they will take a knee here. Second and 11. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Justin Pugh, the left guard that time, with a flag. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee. The Vikings send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points. Continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They can follow this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3.